Hi, everybody. I'm Mike Staver. Welcome to Mondays with Mike. This is a behind-the-scenes look at how I give coaching snippets to you. Well, it's not really behind the scenes because you don't see behind the scenes. You saw the behind the scenes, you'd see Marty out there on the thing. You'd see all our lights and cameras. I could start switching this up, but you know what I mean. I'm a coach. I coach. So I just try to bring a little snippet of coaching to you every week. That's what I try to do. Here we go. One of my people continues to miss deadlines, but they said they were doing their best. Where would you start? I would start with re-emphasizing the deadline. Now, if you are not clear about the expectation, if you are not clear about the delivery mechanism, if you are not clear about what they needed to do, then that's on you if they miss the deadline. So first, you evaluate your clarity. The second thing that you do is you talk about the downstream importance of making the deadline. So if you miss the deadline, this is what starts to happen. If you make the deadline, this is what starts to happen. Now, in my experience, most people don't miss deadlines intentionally. They miss deadlines because they either procrastinate, they don't have the resources, they feel overwhelmed with other work, something's happening. So what you want to do is start evaluating cause for missing the deadline. So don't say, why did you miss the deadline? Ask a what question. What is it that got in the way of the expectation? This is assuming they're clear about the deadline and they were adequately resourced. We were clear about this being the deadline. Let's talk about what happened between the acceptance of the deadline and the execution of the deadline. That's what you want to find out. And then you want to remove as many obstacles as you possibly can. If they just blew it off and it's the first time, probably get a pass. If it's a pattern, you want to start saying, all right, here's why this is important, give them context, and then work with them to get the deadline accomplished. You may have to tighten up your interactions with them to help walk them through the steps because it could be a skill or knowledge issue. So first of all, diagnose what occurred between the acceptance of the deadline and the deadline being missed. Then secondly, point out the reason this deadline matters. And then finally, if they still are missing the deadline, start breaking down the deadline into increments and have quicker follow-ups with them. Not quicker, but more regular follow-ups. So if I say in 2 weeks you have to have this, then what you want to do, if I miss it continually, is say, all right, I need a midweek update and an end of the week update so I know where we are on the project. Hope that's helpful. If that was helpful and there's something on your mind and you're like, I would like Mike to answer this question, please send it in. We'd like to answer it. Now, I've gotten some feedback that sometimes my answers are, what shall I say, a little direct. Let me give you a heads up. I don't know who sends in these questions. What I do is I get these questions and I just get the question. I used to see who sends them. I don't anymore. So that should make you feel better, right? You can send in a question. I don't know you from Adam's house cat. Then I can answer them and then we're all happy. And then I can be a little softer with the answers. Probably not though. Hope this was helpful. We'd love for you to be a part of our community. You can do that by by following us on Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube. You can dig around and find us. I think Instagram's staver.mike, LinkedIn's Mike Staver. I'm out there. You can't miss this face, unfortunately. All right, take care.